Welcome Libra to your weekly reading. This is for the 27th of April to the 4th of May. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you for this week. Libra, I'm going to start off by looking at the possible energy beginning the week. We'll then look at your possible challenges. Thirdly, messages and advice from Spirit. Your unexpected blessing coming through this week. And finally, the possible outcome of the week. Libra, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. At the beginning of the week, my dear Libra, I actually see such positive energy coming your way. If you have been very anxious or worried about a particular situation or person or even yourself, something that has been keeping you up at night, my dear Libras, something that's been consuming you, what I do see is that at the beginning of the week, you, Libra, are going to be able to address whatever this is. This is speaking to me of you confronting whatever is keeping you up at night, head on, looking at it, analyzing it, and taking action so that this now is solved and put behind you. Now, Libra, no matter what it is, with this very big lion here, we do see that it has overwhelmed you and at times felt insurmountable. But this week, you find a way to deal with it, Libra, whether you seek outside help or whether you just finally decide enough is enough. I see you confronting what this is and actually putting an end to it so it is not so big and all-consuming. Under your possible challenges, I do see, my dear Libra, that there is something that you have been looking into. Now, for some of you, it could be connected to Nine of Swords because our Hermit is facing Nine of Swords. And for others, this could just be a separate area of your life that you've been doing the deep dive. Somewhere, Libra, where you want more insight. You want to understand what's going on. Maybe you want to get to the bottom of what is motivating you all of a sudden to want to move, to want to change jobs, to want to relocate, to want to leave a certain relationship. I do see, Libra, that whatever you might be considering doing could come up against a lot of opposition. So say, for example, you are wanting to move from where you are living to a new city, town, or country. Your friends and family could have a lot to say about it, and you could be getting these comments on a daily basis. Libra, what are you doing? This is not the right thing for you. You know how close you are to your family and friends. This is not a time to start all over. The message here is, you, my dear Libra, know what is right for you. Only you truly understand what you need right now. This is a time to stand your ground and to follow what that inner light within you is calling for. Yes, people can be very well-meaning and have a lot of opinions and advice. But ultimately, my dear Libras, you need to follow your North Star. You need to do what is right for you. And if people are going to be upset and put out, if they love you, they will eventually come to terms with it and things will fall into place. This is telling you to stand your ground and follow what is right for you. Libra, Spirit sees you this week as King of Cups. They want you to know that you have the inner strength, the emotional maturity, and the wisdom to manage anything and everything that comes your way. They want you to know that when you believe in yourself, you will be able to get out of situations, Libra, that most people would not be able to do. But this week, with King of Cups and strength here, you are going to be able to find your own way forward. You don't need other people's advice or opinions. With what we are seeing here, this is Spirit's way of telling you, trust who you are. You are stronger and wiser than you give yourself credit for. If you believe in yourself, you are going to be able to release yourself out of this energy of feeling as though you've got no options, you've got no choices, and you don't know what to do. Spirit's telling you, actually, Libra, all the answers lie deep within you. As you can see, our King of Cups is sitting on a very solid throne on top of the water. Now, it doesn't matter whether there are waves, whether there are tides, or whether the water is calm. You will manage it. This was your first card. You have the strength this week to face problems and situations head on, no matter how big and insurmountable they seem. Once you get stuck in and you start dealing with them one by one, calmly, not letting fear or panic overwhelm you, my dearest Libras, before you know it, you're going to be feeling like the king you are. And remember, it does not matter if you're masculine or feminine. It's the energy of King of Cups I am speaking about. Your unexpected blessing this week is that you, my dear Libras, are going to recognize and understand what you have going for you. Now, very interestingly, I do see two very distinct areas of your life being affected positively this week. So perhaps 9 of Swords and 8 of Swords are talking to us of two different areas that you are standing up to and confronting, because I do see that there is a remarkable movement forward in two areas. Whereas before you were stuck and you were consumed worrying about each one at a time, now you're like that little rabbit over there. You're diving right in and simultaneously working these two areas, which I don't feel are connected, but are both going to make remarkable steps forward in terms of improvement and feeling much better for you. So your 1 pentacle could be, say, your finances, and you've been extremely worried because you didn't know how you were going to manage this. And the other area could be, say, you're going through a really terrible period with a family member. Perhaps you and a sibling have been arguing and not speaking, and these areas really left you feeling as though you just didn't know what to do. As you dive in with our strength energy and you confront them, what I see is that there's going to be a remarkable improvement in each area. At the end of the week, with Page of Cups coming through here, you're going to be hearing very good news. And this very good news has to do with one of these areas we were speaking about, or perhaps even both, my dear Libras. But what I do see for you, which is so exciting, is the Tower. Now, the Tower here tells me that by the end of the week, there is this sudden bolt of lightning that brings a change into your life. And the change, my dear Libras, is the releasing out of Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, feeling trapped, not knowing what to do, sleepless nights, worrying, being anxious, and not knowing how to manage what is happening in your life. This ends, but it has an ending of an overnight ending. So all it is going to take is you being your true Libra self, standing up, looking at it, dealing with it, sorting it out, and then, in a flash, it's gone. It's over, my dear Libras, and you are able to move forward and focus on the good things in your life. My gosh, this is going to be an action-packed week for you. That is all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the most wonderful week, and I am sending you all so much love.